Was Patley from USR, Makan Dylan. You're listening to the BBC's Asian Network. It's just coming up to 10 minutes past 10. This morning I'm asking you about Katy Perry and whether or not she was wrong to post a picture on Instagram of the goddess Kali along with the words current mood. Huge numbers of people in India seem to be very, very upset about this. Lots and lots of demands that she takes the post down and that she apologises. And we get into a pretty familiar terrain here about whether or not people are offended by depictions of religious figures and whether or not people who use those depictions should be sensitive and careful when they do that. Let's go first of all this morning to my first guest, who's Anisha BBC, who's a blogger originally from Mumbai, currently in London. Anisha, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what do you make of this Katy Perry story and the storm that's ensued or broken out subsequent to her posting this on Instagram?
So as I looked at the picture, I thought, okay, fine, let me Google Jesus Christ memes. And I found so many Jesus Christ memes, especially the one with the 2 thumbs up that I've used it as well. And then that's why I was wondering, why is this so offensive if people can use Jesus Christ in memes when all she did was post a picture and it wasn't like the caption was derogatory or anything. So, I'm not offended by it and I'm Hindu, so I really don't see what it's about.
What would you say? I mean, there are lots and lots of people, and there's over 11,000 comments on the post itself, which is there for all to see if they want to see it, because as it stands, she hasn't taken that post down. What do you think some of your fellow Hindus are offended about? I accept that it's not your position, but what do you think some of them are offended by?
So I think, the one thing, if I really had to think of something that offends me about it, I would probably think, maybe is it a kind of cultural appropriation or religious appropriation? Because I'm not sure if she understands what, the symbol of Goddess Kali signifies, but she's using the picture. So, I don't know, I feel like if she was Hindu and if she posted a picture, people wouldn't have that much of a problem. But the fact that she is white and the fact that she is from America and not from India, maybe that's an issue.
Yeah. So there are different standards here, aren't there? Because there is this. It comes back to the old thing about is it only black people that are allowed to talk about racism? Is it only gay people that are allowed to talk about homosexuality and gay marriage or whatever? Do you think that had she, as you say, had she not been a famous white singer who, as it happens, used to date Russell Brand, the comedian, who himself I think has some of these religious beliefs, do you think that had she not been of that ethnic heritage, she might have got away with it? So had it been a Hindu person doing it, for instance, it wouldn't have offended so many of these Hindus who are outraged?
Yeah, I think on one hand, there are people who get offended at everything, no matter who's posting it or what it's about. But yeah, I feel like there wouldn't be that much of an outrage if she was brown Hindu herself.
Yeah, and don't some of the people, just to take their side of the argument for a second, and I'd love to hear from people who are disgusted by what Katy Perry's done. The usual numbers, by the way, is 03459 440 445, or you can text us on 81869. Isn't it true to say, Anisha, that if you are a singer, you do have some pretty big, and you have a massive social media following, you do need to be careful about what you post. You do need to be sensitive to the fact that there are people out there who are going to be upset, whether you call it offended or insulted or whatever, who are going to be upset by what you do. For instance, I wonder if, lots of Muslims would be very upset by depictions of the Prophet Muhammad. That would be a kind of idolatry, which I think Islam finds unacceptable. And I suspect Katy Perry perhaps wouldn't have posted a picture of, the Prophet Muhammad, because lots of Muslims around the world would be upset about that. So isn't it reasonable for some Hindus to say, hang on, you're super sensitive when it comes to depictions of the Prophet Muhammad, and you would be super sensitive. Why can't we also say that it's something that offends and insults us?
Okay, well, with regards to what you said previously about whether, she should be sensitive about posting, well, I feel like now this is a bit of a lesson because of all the comments that she's got. But, no, I don't see it as reasonable because, if it was photoshopped or if the picture or, the symbol was, ruined somehow, then it might be a problem. But it's just a picture of the goddess. There's nothing wrong. And she was in current mood, which, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. To feel, Goddess Kali, to feel angry or to feel whatever it is.
Yeah, but it's also, she says current mood. By the way, for people who are listeners who haven't seen the picture, you can find it on our Facebook page, BBC Asian Network. Just type that into Facebook. But the current mood is partly because the goddess Kali Ma has her tongue sticking out, a bit like an emoji might have a tongue sticking out, and it's kind of almost a cheeky kind of look. So some people would say that she is misunderstanding what that goddess is there to represent. It's the goddess of destruction. She's misunderstanding that Hindu goddess, and therefore or she's misrepresenting it. So I know you're not personally offended or annoyed, Anisha, but do you think that she has possibly misunderstood what this goddess is about? And if she has misunderstood what this goddess is about, aren't there lots of people out there who are within their rights to say, do you know what, this actually means quite a lot to us, and people like you shouldn't be abusing that meaning?
I mean, so about it looking like an emoji. I mean, I haven't read that anywhere, and I don't think Katy Perry has said that herself.
No, but
so for all means and purposes, we should just assume that she hasn't. She's not mispresumed what the meaning is.
Sure.
I feel like we're trying really hard to find something that we don't like.
Well, we are, but 11,000 people have been in touch on Instagram. 11,000 people, the vast majority of them are Indians, who are saying that she should not only apologise for her insensitivity, but also possibly take that post down. And I'm just trying to understand why. I know I mean, what would be your message to these 11,000 people? Why would you say to them, grow up a bit, frankly, and, calm down, this is not something that's actually that bad?
That's a good question. I don't know. I just don't think it's insensitive. I don't think this, because it's just a picture of her. And then again, as I was talking about all those Jesus Christ memes, it's Jesus Christ, which is a symbol of religion, that has been turned into a meme, and not just one meme, but loads of memes, and people use it all the time. And Christian people aren't offended by it. So I feel I'm not suggesting turn the goddess into a meme, but I'm saying if it's just a picture, I don't see where I should be taking offense.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. Anisha, it's really, really good to speak to you. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Let's go to VJ, who's my next guest, who's in the London area.